Hey everyone, Setsi Skyfaller here again with another Ultrasabers Saber review. This time it's a custom Aeon V3 from Ultrasabers that I collaborated on with some of the 3D printed pieces from my shop on Shapeways, along with a Saberforum member of the Ultrasabers community. He goes by Drahcir. Um, and he does some great weathering work on Ultrasabers. So he has his own thread on the forum that I'll link down below. You should really check out his other work, it's great. But I wanted to show off what we worked on together. I'll post or I'll show a picture right now of what this saber looked like before I sent it to Drahcir for weathering. So basically, I had some 3D printed pieces that I'll go over in more detail, including the shroud, the switch cover. I had some tennis grip tape around the choke points of, and I added some O-rings around the grooves in the handle lower end part of the saber. And then I got a pommel from TCSS, the Custom Saber Shop, and that has a D-ring MPS insert on the bottom of that. So I had all of that installed on the saber, but I felt it really just looked rather plain still with the silver finish. So I saw Drahcir, his post. I had worked with him before. He had asked me to do a custom piece for him, and I saw his thread. It was relatively new at the time, and so I decided to contact him. He was great to work with. I sent him my hilt. He basically just worked on it, kept in touch with me as he was working on it, keeping me up to date on when he would expect to be done with it, and everything. And it was just a really great experience, and I'm glad I did it. So now that I've gone over all the information, let me go over the hilt itself. So we'll move this in a little closer so you can see that. So what we have here is the shroud I was talking about. So this is a shroud from my shop. This is 3D printed Phasm shroud that it fits any of the V3, V4 sabers. This one was printed in black, strong, and flexible material. It's basically a nylon plastic that they selectively center with lasers that are high powered and can center this material under very high accuracy. And so what I have here is a thumb screw to hold the shroud on where the retention screw would normally be. And even though this blade plug was not in it when I sent it to Drahcir, I thought it really added a nice effect to it afterwards, so I decided to go with that. Now, this gray look on the hilt is something that I asked Drahcir to do, and he kind of added some more touches along with that. So this saber is in blazing red, and so I did want a Sith feel to it. And I think he came through really nicely with this blast pattern and the nice cracking away from that, which is great work on his part. Moving down a little further, we see the choke points that have the tennis grip tape. He was nice enough to weather all the pieces I sent him as well, so this is also weathered. We have the AV style switch cover on top of the normal latching switch. So this is a saber without sound. I forgot to mention that before, but he painted the guard of the switch to look more like the saber finish, which is really nice. And this is a AV switch cover printed in red, strong, and flexible polished nylon plastic that he did some weathering to as well. And if we move down, we have the O-rings So that's got some touch up on it. Another blast pattern here with nice cracking. If we move this, we see another like scratch pattern right there, which is really cool. That's one of my favorite on the hilt. Little scratch patterns every once in a while. You know, it really adds character to the saber, and brings out a better feel. And you know, none of it is worn away. So I've actually had this for a few months now, or even longer than that actually. And it's held up really well, and I'm very happy with it. Let's look at the pommel. So as I said, this is a TCSS pommel. I don't remember what number it is, but I'm sure you can find it by looking at it. It's got a D-ring MPS insert. I had it powder coated in black. I really wish I wouldn't have done that now, but Drahcir did a great job in roughing it up and making it look like more part of this hilt. And so I'm really happy with that finish that we ended up with on there. You know, and like I said, he communicates very well about what he's working on and asks for input along the way. And so, you know, it was a great experience to be able to work with him and, you know, be able to tell him what I was looking for in the finishing product. So let me go ahead and show you it on. So with this blade plug, this is the sector blade plug from my 3D printed Shapeways shop. And so it has these nice windows around it. I like to extend it out of the saber so that these windows can show off the color coming out. As I said, this was blazing red from Ultrasabers. And you know, you don't get blinded by it either from the top there. So I'll also put a blade in it for you so you can see what that looks like. Alright, so here it is with a blade in. Let's see if we can balance this out. Here we go. So, as I've said before, red is always hard to capture on camera, but I will do my best. So there's that nice blazing red color. And you know, this hilt is perfect with this color. It's got that Sith feel now. I think it goes really well with it, and you know, all the weathering that's been done to it. So that is the Aeon V3, customized with some 3D printed parts from my shop on Shapeways. I'll link that in the description also. Weathered beautifully by Drahcir from Saberforum, the forum that's run by Ultrasabers. Like I said, I'll also link his thread in the description so you can check out his work and maybe get something done for yourself. I definitely recommend it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.